Good Good morning and welcome to the VSA Capital 5-Minute Morning Miner on November the 2nd. It's a Wednesday. Morning, Paul. How are you?
Yeah, very fine, thank you. And bright sunny day this morning.
Well, it's not just a bright sunny day. You must be pretty excited. We know how you love your assays. And Atlantic Lithium, where last week we obviously had the chairman, Neil Herbert, on talking privately to us. We have always had it as a buy. It's been one of our favorite lithium stocks. I mean, those assays they produced this morning, Paul, were off the clock. Tell us more about them.
Well, very impressive is the answer I would put here, and there's still plenty more to come too, because this is the latest report here. Another 5,600 meters of drilling reported in this, which brings a total of 21,000 meters now reported on the 47,000 meter program, which they have just finished. And we've got lots of infill drilling here on the main zone, as well as extensions on the Grasscutter East, Grasscutter West, and Anoki pegmatite deposits. Very good numbers here, very thick and nice grades. We're talking about over 30 meters in quite a number of holes that are grading better than 1.3%. And we also had the highest assay yet from the property here, with a 4.5% Li2O assay come back over 1 meter as well. A lot of these assays too are outside the current resource calculation, so they're definitely adding both scope and scale to this deposit for sure. It's already at roughly 30 million tons, and we're pushing that along quite nicely.
It's just getting better and better. And I noticed today also that actually Jefferies have put out a forecast on global lithium production, saying that next year it'll increase by 34%, the year after 14%, and the year after 8%. But even with those sort of increases, there'll still be a 37% shortfall in lithium supply by 2030. This is still a very hot space. Now, whilst just on lithium, I know we do talk a lot about lithium, but we've talked a lot about lithium for 10 years, and some people have listened, some haven't. I do think, and I haven't even told you this, Paul, I need to get you to do a bit of the numbers, but I may have found, for want of a better word, the next Atlantic Lithium. I'm working with an exceptionally well-known mining entrepreneur who has come across something quite extraordinary. I will get you the information. But we're looking to acquire it privately. If anybody's got interest, we've got to have a reasonable size ticket. We may just have the next Atlantic Lithium somewhere in Africa. I'm going to give no more clue than that. And then also there's actually other lithium news out today, which you may not have picked up, Paul, because it was announced this morning on the Paris Bourse. And I'm not sure you look at that. Do you?
No, I don't, I'm afraid.
You see, I search around in the morning on every single bourse in the world just to get all the hot news. It was actually Imerys third quarter, 9 months, whatever you want to call it, results. Imerys is obviously the French conglomerate that owns a lot of China clay pits, owns the English China clay pits in Cornwall, and the numbers themselves were actually pretty good. But most important thing that it said was, moving forward with strategic focus on higher growth markets, plans to divest assets serving the paper market and to become a major player in the European lithium market. We know they're about to put into production their Beauvoir pits in France, which they intend to do first. They're going to spend 900 million euros to do that, and they are pretty excited about that. But of course, they control all the English China clay pits down in Cornwall, and I can tell you that I know the guys pretty well now at Imerys, and in particular the lithium team, and they have absolutely no intention of giving away the resource to a small startup company, unfortunately. So it doesn't mean to say there aren't deals that can't be cut of some form, but Imerys have made it quite clear that they want to be a major lithium player. They're going to develop their French asset first, and then they will turn their attention to Cornwall. So just be a bit cautious about people thinking that suddenly we're going to be producing lithium from the Cornish English China clay pits in the short term. If we do, it'll be Imerys that control it. Right, that was quite a lot, wasn't it, Paul?
Yes, that's right. And And I don't know if you noticed, but there's also other French lithium news as well. Vulcan Energy also put out a statement that they're following the geology on their German geothermal lithium-bearing brine and have now entered the Alsace region of France with a license application and have set up a dedicated French exploration team as well to pursue it.
That's right. And I always say on this podcast to Francis, or Dr. Francis Whedon, as he calls himself, if you would like to get a dual listing in London, because I think there could be a lot of interest, please come and talk to us at VSA Capital. We know you well, Francis. We have a lot of time for you. I think you're doing a great job. Come and talk to us. Let's get you listed in London.
That sounds like good news. Yep. I hope he does.
It would be good, wouldn't it? Right. After all of that, I mean, that's quite a lot, Paul. What else do you want to talk about?
Well, we should cover some other commodities besides lithium, I think, today. And Jim Diamonds had a good statement out here for their trading update for the period from the 1st of July to September 30. Revenues came in at $56.6 million. Average price per carat just over $2,000 US, which was nice increase on a year-on-year basis when it was under 1,600 per carat. They also produced slightly fewer carats during the period, 80,174 carats, which is about 1,000 carats less than what they had produced in a prior period here. And the average price per carat was also up at $1,838 per carat. So looking very solid here is the best way to put it here, with some and the larger stones from Lesotho mine are getting a nice frequency. They got 10 of them in that sold for more than $1 million. So yeah, looking very solid.
Yeah, I see that Caledonian Mining have completed their acquisition in Zimbabwe. Obviously, we talked about that a bit since your trip to Zimbabwe. And also, I see that Shanta Gold has got some drilling results out this morning.
Yes, they do. Some nice follow-up things here on some of the other satellite deposits around in the new Luika mine property, the operating mine property there in Tanzania. The results indicated on areas like Luika Deep, Black Tree Hill, Elizabeth Hill, Ilunga, and other places. They are demonstrating what these what the particular size of these satellite lodes might be as far as their dimensions are concerned. But they are getting good widths and assays, so some of these are going to turn out to be mineable, I think, to extend the mine life at New Luika. We're looking at things like 17 meters at 1.37 grams gold, and other intercepts as high as 17 grams gold as well over narrower intervals. So looking very promising.
Very good. Also worth just a quick mention maybe that ASX listed Horizon Minerals have published the IPO document for their spin out of their vanadium shale developer, Richmond Vanadium. For those that are interested in vanadium, we are, but we won't bang on about it here because it's fairly niche, but important vanadium flow batteries. Anything else, Paul, you want to mention?
And just to say that Lake Resources, a past client of ours, have indicated that the Lilac Solutions DLE, or Direct Lithium Extraction Demo Plant on their Kachi project, is now producing a product to specifications, which is a very nice announcement to be making, because that has been one of the issues around the brine production, is missing spec on a lot of different operations.
Right, we started on lithium, we're ending on lithium. Yeah, as you say, we were trying to get everyone to buy a Lake at a few cents about 10 years ago or so. They're now in the dollars. And Stu Crow, if you're listening, have you seen my brother recently? Sorry, they both live in Sydney. On that note, let's go. We'll speak tomorrow, Paul.
All right, see you then.